What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Small Biz. In today's video, we're going to talk about how the stock market's on fire with the Q's last trade, $484.50. But the obvious question of this day is, after a $10 million contract with Element 82, when the fuck is the CEO of CRKN gonna stop diluting? All that and more coming in at. All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy Thursday to you. Let me start off by saying congratulations to all of you that added to your retirement accounts to Bitcoin at 52,000 and change, both of which are on fire. The Fed cut by 50 basis points. I think I said that yesterday, a few hours before it happened. I'm not going to sit here and pat myself on the back. I also don't want to scream and holler for the entire 10 or 15 minutes. But if you stick with me to the end, I'm going to give you two things that I think you should do if you own CRKN. Before we get there, give it a thumbs up or down. It's up to you. Share it everywhere. Tell us in the comments below, where do you own the stock? How do you feel about the dilution? It got up to 190. It was up 50% in the pre-market. Once again, boom, all the way back down last trade. $1.18 near an all-time motherfucking low. So tell me how you feel in the comments below. But for 403 strong, at least at the moment inside of our private Discord community, if you followed my advice in the last 30 days, you are in fuego. We were buying the Qs as low as 421. Last trade, 485. We were buying IWM as low as 197. Last trade, 224.5. We were buying the SPY at 510 before a 12% plus move to another all-time high along with the Dow Jones Industrials. This motherfucker right here, the same guy who since 2017 has been saying we are in a raging secular bull market, flying cars and trips to motherfucking Mars. The S&P has doubled in the last 9 or 10 years. The NASDAQ has more than quadrupled in the last 9 or 10 years. And over the next 10, before this baby is done, we are going much, much motherfucking higher. So before we focus on the Kraken, I'm looking for a few good men and women. 80% of our community are men, if we can call some of them that. And women, tough as nails, resilient, funny, can take a punch, right? What's the current state of affairs? Probably the best two examples, Gavin Newsom and Justin Trudeau. Metrosexual, not quite sure who they hang with, P. Diddy style, right? So if you notice over the coming weeks, months, and even years that, gee, he starts to look more and more like a psychopathic Viking warrior. I want toxic masculinity reeking from every goddamn, excuse my language, pore in my body. And that's the same type of people we want inside our Discord. If you got a pronoun, get the fuck out of here. You're a fucking guy with a schlong and a woman with a puss. You're not a he, she, they, them, that's that. Fuck you. I recommend you put upwards of 80% of your money in ETFs, SPY, QQQ, IWM. That smooths out the volatility, and it gives you a chance every 4 or 5 years when we have a bear market and we go down more than 20% to add aggressively without having to worry about what individual stock to own. 2,600 companies and 3 easy-to-manage index funds and ETFs. The other 20 or 30%, depending on your risk tolerance, you fuck around and you find out. We have 7 stocks. After the Kraken went from a nickel, you know where I told you to buy it, to 60 cents a share, our business doubled almost overnight. We peaked at 540 strong. We've lost 137, and I'm not talking about, God bless those of you that took the time to write me and tell me that you were struggling, maybe a death in the family or a business that's struggling. I empathize, and I'm here to do whatever I can in the future to help you. But 90% of you fucking cowards walked out without paying your bill. We send you a DM in the Discord and 2 from our website. You just ghost us. Does it get under my skin? Yeah, it does. But the bad karma that you're sowing And I might as well include half of you inside the community that don't even show up. You can't even fucking log in, not to mention 90% of you that can't put a like on a video like this. I'm busting my fucking balls 12 hours a day, damn near 7 days a week, doing a half a dozen videos, sometimes more inside the Discord every single day, about 2 minutes long. So because we've lost a third of our business, I'm doing a buy one, get one free. You buy the first month, the second month is on me at shopsmallbiz.com. We don't day trade. We don't scalp. You better be tough. And if you can't take a fucking punch, don't even bother. Get a Discord if you don't have a small biz. That's 2/3 of our members. Premium, which has everything if you do. Shopsmallbiz.com. All right, the Kraken CEO, no surprise, I've said this before, no credibility. None. Folks, I've been trading the market 30 years. Half of that as a broker from 93 to 07. I had numerous conversations with this guy until he told me a few months ago, I want you out of the stock. Do it. Do it. I should have fucking listened to him. I only sold 20% of it before the reverse split at a dime. And at 117, that's less than a penny a share. So he was probably trying to tell me in so many words, you might want to get out of Dodge because I'm getting ready to issue 300 million shares to the Keystone Cops before the reverse split and mow this fucking stock down on every good news release. When we were up 50% in the pre-market as high as 190, that was dumb retail chasing it up. It was the bots moving it up based on momentum. And it's not the naked shorts that mowed it all the way down from up 50% to down 5. That's called dilution. Every single news release, with minor exceptions in the last 6 to 12 months, is met with more and more selling from the ELOC, the equipment line of credit. With the Keystone Cops, it's a $50 million contract, and they rolled it over last year again. And I'm telling you right now, until he comes out and says we are done with the ELOC, we have a $40 million business based on the $10 million contract today that had it up at 1.50%. He told me months ago he thought he could make 20%. Let's assume it's 10 or 15% margins on that. You're talking about somewhere between a $5 and $8 million net to the bottom line business over the next 12 months. There's no fucking way the stock should be trading with a 6 or 7 before today's dilution, of course, $1 million market cap at this level. Fair value at a minimum is $5 a share. And if it was to trade at the market level, 7 to 10. But he has no credibility. It's kind of like the boy who cried wolf, right? He's out in the middle of the fucking ocean off the beach. I'm drowning. I'm drowning. The lifeguard goes in. The kid starts laughing. He's kidding. He's faking. And then the time that he finally is choking on water and going down, the lifeguard goes, The same thing's happening here. Every time we go up 40, 50% and get mowed down, it's more and more certainty in the minds of the retail public that has been bent over this desk all the motherfucking way in and up the other side without any lube whatsoever. Fuck it, it's coming down. It's never going to run. We might as well sell it all. Doug, don't you realize that you need retail? If you go under $1, you're probably headed for a death spiral. I don't know, similar to Mullen, which is going down, 40%? I kiddingly said you might want to short it at 13 after the reverse. It got down to 7 and change today before the bounce. Is that what you're going to do? You're just going to keep diluting? You're going to maintain your lifestyle? And stick around. Again, share this everywhere. There's 2 things I'm going to call on you to do, including other insiders at the company, so don't go anywhere. But all this problem, this nightmare needs is to end the dilution. Joel told us 9 months ago now in a conference call that the goal was to get off the ELOC into a non-dilutive, and you told me that line of credit. You also told me, Doug, you were going to buy the stock personally. Well, to my knowledge, not you, not Sheldon, not Boaz, not any of the Element 82, and quite frankly, I don't blame them. They're probably thinking this fucking thing has no floor. And what about all those restricted units? When Boaz came on board, the guy who's probably largely responsible, other than the newest divisions of saving this company, the stock was 13 cents. It's now worth a penny, reverse split adjusted, less than that. So Boaz, what are you thinking? Do you have any fucking pride whatsoever? I see you sharing some very impressive posts on LinkedIn. What do you have to say to the people that reach out to you when your fucking stock, no matter how many deals come out, keeps going down, down, down within a nickel of an all-time motherfucking low? You would think at some point, some of you would have the fucking nutsack to approach Doug and say, what is going on? We're busting our ass. We've gone from 0 to $40+ million a run rate. We saved this company from Chapter 11 because once again, the smart insert window biz, if you didn't read between the lines a few days ago, is being pushed out in terms of its full rollout into 2026. But now that they've gotten all this business out of nowhere, and it's fucking impressive, you cannot deny that. And it would give them a chance to generate $5 or $8 million to the bottom line and put a stock that's trading in the dollar range up around $4 or $5 in terms of fair value. But what are you thinking, Boaz? Do you guys have any ethics? Is there any morals whatsoever? Are you ashamed at all? Do you feel bad for fuck me? Do you feel bad for hundreds of people that we have in the stock? Yeah, some of them made money on the way up, but they all bought it, including me, and we gave it all back. Why do you think a third of my fucking customers left? It's over 1 or 2 stocks, this one being the biggest. Do you have any empathy whatsoever for those people? Or are you just going to mow it down under $1, do another fucking reverse split, and play the game all over again like Mullen and MCOM and all those other fucking scams that do nothing but rape the public year in and year out? In closing, if you're a shareholder, you need to do 2 things. 1, you need to call, email, and hit him on social media, nonstop, relentlessly. And this is all you really need to say. When are you going to stop the dilution? You said you were going to get off the ELOC, equipment line of credit, and into a non-dilutive line of credit. And yet here we are at another all-time low. And the great news, when are you going to stop the dilution? Hit them all. Hit Boaz, hit Sheldon, hit them all. Nonstop. And for all you lawyers out there, number 2, I am not at this point calling on a class action lawsuit that we could most likely win. But I want you to reach out to this guy and say, when are you going to stop the dilution? I represent client XYZ. We are not at this point prepared to file a class action lawsuit if we can get an answer as to when are you going to stop diluting. You said 9 months ago, not only were you going to buy stock personally, but you were going to get off the ELOC and get into a non-dilutive line of credit. Since you started saying that 9 months ago, the stock is down over 93%. That's not naked selling. That's not dumb retail selling it down from 190, last trade 117, a nickel off an all-time low. That's fucking dilution. And we're going to find out as the market cap, maybe it increases and the float just keeps going higher and higher and higher. And every good news release, and there's probably more coming, is going to go up and it's going to get fucking sold off because they're going to sell more supply into retail that has no idea in most cases what the fuck they're doing. But if you guys are going to lay down, and I've certainly done my part over the last 6 to 9 months with this company and the one that I just mentioned prior, I'm not certain how much difference I make. But if hundreds or even thousands of people start hammering them nonstop, when are you going to stop the dilution? When are you going to get off the ELOC into a non-dilutive line of credit? When are you going to stop wrecking shareholder motherfucking value and represent the people that have been supporting you, your lifestyle, and your fucking stock for the last 12 to 24 months? And until next time, always remember that I love you, and thanks for watching.